Hello, welcome to my channel. Now I'm going to carry on, and one thing I did miss was right down here we've got something called handle splits, and this is going to handle a specific it's going to handle one specific situation. Now these three things here, what they do is this categorizes the cards with U, S or whatever from the chart, and down here it overrides it. So this overrides the handles for certain, this overrides the doubles, like these two are doubles. And this overrides if you've got a pair of twos. Okay? Because what it is, this thing will give the wrong results certain times, so this is just overriding it. So splits, I haven't handled splits yet, but part of it can be handled here. Because there's a rule in blackjack, if you've got a pair of aces, and you split them, you're only allowed to have one card on top of the ace. Okay? So that's a specific rule. So because of that, we have to cater for that rule. So it's just going to be an if statement. If item dot split equals 11, so we know that it's an ace, and action equals P. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the P, I'm going to swap it around. Oops. I'll just put it like this. And item equal P, and item dot split count is more than 0. Okay, so if we've got if the action is P and the split is 11, and also the split count is more than 0, the reason why you have to put split count more than 0 is when two cards are split, they come back here and they'll have a split count of 0 and they need another card. In fact, that's not a good explanation, but in fact the explanation is obviously if you say split, the first time it splits, the split count's going to be less than 0, so that is a valid one. So we only want this to do it for split counts more than 0 that are aces. Okay? So what we want to do is, as I said, they mustn't get any more cards. So we're just going to say stick. So that means I won't get any more cards. And that handles part of the splits. Okay, so now we're gonna create something else. I'm gonna call it. I'm just gonna call it game. I want to put some things in it. So what I'm gonna first put in it is, in fact, I'm gonna paste this in because it's gonna be a lot of variables. I'm not talk about it. It doesn't make sense me typing all of these out. Okay, so it's going to be a constructor, and it's going to what's it going to do? Okay, ignore that for the time being. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to get a new player. It's going to set the bank property with a bankroll of 1 million. It's going to set the dealer to 1 million. Counter equals 0. Blackjack counts. You want to see how much times the player wins with a blackjack, not how much times he gets the blackjack. We just want to see how much times he wins with blackjack. Okay. Active play. What active play means is we're going to calculate certain things, and what we want to calculate is what if you just sat there and waited until the count was more than 20 and you only ever played when the count was more than 20. How would you do? Okay. That's what that's for. Count curve and curve minus is if you played 1 million hands, what percentage of the time would the count be 1, 2, 3, 4? So to give you a rough idea how much times the count, I don't mean this count, I mean when you're counting the cards. For instance, could you sit in a casino and just wait for the count to be over 30 and then start betting £100 or £1,000? Could you do that? How long would it take for the count to get over 30? What's the probability of the account being over 30? Okay, so that's what that would sort of help us to determine. So I'm missing something here. That's why I commented this out. The dealer. Where's the dealer? Um. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to. I was wondering. I thought something wrong. Okay. In the constructor, we're going to get a new card machine. We're going to init the dealer. We're going to get a new player. I'm just going to have one player for this particular time. Okay, so I'm just going to put it in the constructor. And we've got all these properties. Okay, so we've got this function called, in fact, what am I talking about? Okay, so what I'm going to now do is, that's the constructor, that's done. So I'm going to have a function called init. And we're going to do trials. For instance, I might say I want 100 trials to see what the results are, 1,000 or 1,000,000. So that's going to be trials. And I may want to run trials one after the other. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to reset some of them variables back to 0 so I can just keep running the trials one after the other. And then I'm going to start the trials. There's going to be a function that does that. I'll put it there. And I'll do that. And then after it runs that function, it's going to come back with some results. Now it's going to have more results than that. That's just the bare bones of results that it's going to come with. Okay, but it's going to come back with much more than this. Okay, so now I'm going to start the thing that's doing the trials. Okay. Now what we want to do is I want to get the dealer and the player out from here. So I'm going to use a destructor, and the reason is it's going to make it easier, and I'll have some intelligence. So what I do is let dealer. I was going to delete all of that instead. Let dealer, player, equals this. So that just pulls some variables out. So I don't have to keep doing this start dealer. And I don't get any IntelliSense. Now I can do just DE and I get some IntelliSense. Okay. So what we want to do is, because we're doing trials, we want to see how long it takes. For instance, I might do 1,000 trials. I might say, okay, 1,000 took 10 seconds. That means if I do 100,000, it will take 1,000 seconds. Okay. So I can say, I don't know, I've got a cloud account, I've got an MSDN account, I can spin up a virtual machine, and I can work out, I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to wake up 8 hours later, so I can work out how long it would take to do it, what number I need to set to do an 8-hour trial. Okay? So I'm going to do let A equal performance star. So I just want to time something, and that's what we'll use. And then I'm going to do a standard loop, because we're going to do trials, so we have to loop over them. And then the first thing in the trial to do is reset the player. Player.reset, and then we can let B equals performance now, and then we want to see how much time it took. So we're just going to do that. Okay. So this is just something that we're gonna. So this is just, we're gonna do a loop. We're gonna do a long loop, and we're gonna work out all this. This is inside of here. Is where everything's gonna happen. Let me just. Let me just put a marker there. Okay, so for now I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to do, before I go, I'm going to do one more function, and it's going to be sum array. So we want to be able to add up, we want to get an array and sum it up. So this is, as I said before, that is just standard. If you search the internet, how do you sum an array, you get this come up, okay? And that sums an array. So we've completed some of the split cards so far, and we've also started this class to get the game and get some simulations going, okay? I'm gonna finish now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.